Yo, what is up, everybody? It's your boy Anubis the Gaming Archer, and welcome to another episode of Archery Fridays. It's been a while since I've done an Archery Friday video, but today's video is gonna be a little different. Not won't be the same thing you're used to when it comes to Archery Friday, as it is Star Wars month. I want to do a special Archery Friday dedicated to Star Wars. Hope you all have been having a good week. Hope you all been being safe, and I hope you all have let the Force be with you on the 4th, and let the Revenge of the Sith be with you on the 5th, and hope the Revenge of the 6th is with you today. So let's get started. We'll talk about Star Wars and archery now. A few streams ago, a viewer asked me about the usage of arrows and bow and arrows in Star Wars, and why he doesn't see bow and arrows in Star Wars. And the reason I gave was more along the lines of practicality, when it comes to the fact that, you know, there's blaster rifles and disruptor rifles and ion rifles and blaster pistols. There's guns, and when you have guns, much like in real life, archery kind of becomes, you know, a more primitive thing that you do. In real life, archery, you know, other than sport, other than hunting, and other than just in people who collect bows just to collect bows, isn't something that you use in actual combat, in actual warfare. You know, once guns became a prominent thing for humans to use, archery bow and arrows kind of got phased out. Then it comes to crossbows, they got phased out. In Star Wars, it's kind of the same thing. Yes, back in the day, they used to have bows for a lot of the races, but much like with lightsabers, because Jedi and Sith also used to use swords before they had the lightsabers. You know, as time went on and technology advanced, bows got replaced by blasters. However, bows are still prominently used in Star Wars by more primitive races. For example, if you ever watched the Clone Wars animated TV series, you will come across a group known as the Night Sisters. And the Night Sisters have hunters, and the hunters use bows. As you see in this image, this is called the Night Sister energy bow. Not just with them though, there's something called the Night Brothers, which you experience if you ever played the video game Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. In Jedi Fallen Order, there's multiple types of Night Brothers. One of those is the Night Brother Archer. So the Night Brother Archers on that Dathomir, which is also where the Night Sisters are located, also uses the same, you know, Night Brother or Night Sister energy style bow. If you haven't played Jedi Fallen Order, I highly recommend it. It's one of the best Star Wars games to be released. As well, watch the Clone Wars anime series. It will make you appreciate the prequels a lot more, and you understand a lot of the side characters way better than you would have without it. But they're not the only people who have used bows in Star Wars. In The Rise of Skywalker, you meet a character named Jada, and Jada, she uses also an energy bow, kind of similar to the way that the Night Sister and Night Brother used, but hers looks a little more, you know, primitive in terms of it doesn't look like it's a real energy bow, but it is indeed an energy bow. It fires energy, infused arrows, ion arrows, and things like that. And she used it when the Resistance was fighting against the First Order. This is the image that you would see, you know, of her within in Rise of Skywalker. And she does supposed to play Finn's love interest in Rise of Skywalker, but didn't really go too far with it. But this isn't about that. Also, check out the previous videos when it comes to Star Wars. I have an entire playlist of Star Wars content that you can see in this video as well. Look at the other archery content. Anyways, so Jada's bow kind of looks like they put two recurve bows together and made that to be like her bow. As well, there's words of a post-wave bow that was used by war droids in the 4000 BBY, which is an era of Star Wars. So this is what it would look like. This is the blueprint of the post-wave bow and the droids that use them. So even primitive droids also use bows in Star Wars. And then last but not least, you have the Ewoks. You know, one of the most primitive races in all of Star Wars. The Ewoks also use bows. So as you see here, bows are not an uncommon thing in Star Wars. Bows are a very common thing in Star Wars, but just based on looking at that, you have the Ewoks who still use them to this day. The Night Brothers and Night Sisters use bows to this day. You know, Jada uses it in Rise of Skywalker. And then you have like ancient droids who also use bows. And obviously, when it came to the human races and other races, they likely use bows back in the primitive days of themselves. Likely used it. I think it would be cool to see a more modernized Star Wars have archery, but again, practicality is practicality. And unless you're going to have someone who just, for whatever reason, prioritizes a bow in combat, maybe like Jenna, then there's no reason for like the Empire or the Republic, you know, the Resistance or the First Order to decide to just start using bow and arrows in Star Wars. Now, as an archer myself, I feel like it would be great to see, you know, more bow and arrow action in Star Wars, but I understand it. Like, it would be cool to see a Jedi who, you know, at long range combat prefers a bow instead of, you know, just jumping in with his lightsaber and doing things like that. It would be pretty cool to see that he has like some kind of lightsaber-ish kind of bow where it's like it has like a similar design as if it's lightsaber hilt, but it's like, you know, all mechanical, and he fires like energy bolts or whatever. Like it should be a cool thing. But in the realm of reality and practicality when it comes to Star Wars, I understand why there isn't a lot of archery spread out across all the groups. You know, archery is a very primitive thing for war, and this is a series about war. But that's it for this video, guys. It's gonna be a short one. Just want to talk about archery and Star Wars. I hope you all enjoyed. Leave any thoughts you have in the comments below. If there's any other kind of like series you want me to cover when it comes to archery within that series, let me know, and I'll talk about that series on Archery Fridays. Because Archery Fridays are meant for archery only, and sometimes that would include some video games or movies and TV shows that encompass archery within it. So again, with all that said, I'll be your boy, newest gamer Archer. Hope you all have a good weekend. Y'all be safe. Be count to another. May the 6 be with you. I'll catch you in the next one. Follow me on Twitch. Link is in the description below. We play Star Wars all month. I'm out of here. I'll catch you next one. Anubis. Deuces.